get going. So good morning, each and every one of you. Happy to be spending some time with you today. First and foremost, as ever, give me a thumbs up if you're grateful for today, and today's going to be a beautiful day. All right, absolutely perfect, absolutely perfect. So guys, what I want to talk about today, and it's something that many people are guilty of, especially when you start a new business. But I want to shift the mindset. I want to talk about why it's important not to chase money. Rick, I felt as though I got a seal of approval there straight away, sir. I am definitely going to talk today about why it's important not to chase money. It'd be wonderful to see you on the call, my friend.
Thank you. I thought it was next week. So
no, don't worry. It's every Saturday, my friend. It's every Saturday I'll be here.
Okay, I'm here in San Diego.
Beautiful, beautiful. So I'm going to share with you guys why it's important not to chase money. And I'm going to tell you exactly why. When you chase money, when you have money, I need to make money. What that elicits to the universe, and Flint, if you can go ahead and just put any background noise on mute, please, that'd be great. I will leave that in your capable hands for me, Flint. Thank you.
Can you make me as a co-host first, Kevin? Thank you.
There we go. See, Flint, what would I do without you? What would I do without you? All right, Flint, you are co-host. You've got the wheels in your hands. So when you put out to the universe that I need to make money, need has a direct correlation with desperation. And desperation, my friends, is what we call a low vibration frequency. When you are operating from a low vibration, you can't attract positively. It's not possible. And I tell my students all the time that everything in this world is energy. Whether we understand it or not, everything operates on energy. It all operates on vibrational frequencies. So we must understand that we, as individuals, it is our responsibility. Just like success is your responsibility, it's your responsibility to understand the vibration that you are emitting to the world. Step away from the need to make money. Money, my friend, is what we call a trailing indicator. Money always comes last. Money comes when? Money comes when you are delivering enough value to your community. Whatever field you're in, think about it. When you deliver enough value, that's when you get paid. And it's no different in business. If you're an affiliate marketer, if you're an agency owner, if you're a course creator, whatever you're doing, it's all dependent on the amount of value you provide for your audience. So when you get into that space where you truly understand that I am going to stop chasing money and I'm going to focus on delivering value, everything starts to shift. Everything starts to pivot. You start to look at things from a different perspective. I've mentioned before, employees and entrepreneurs have many similarities, but they are also polar opposites. But the one thing they both have in common is that they have to focus on value. An employee doesn't just trade time for money. An employee actually trades the value they provide in the time they give to their employer. That's what an employee trades. An entrepreneur also focuses on value, but they remove the restricting factor, which is time. So when you start to focus on, okay, now what I need to do is just become more valuable to my audience. The more value you provide, the more valuable you become. And the more valuable you become is the quicker your earnings start to increase exponentially. Give me a thumbs up if this is making sense. Give me a thumbs up if this is actually starting to resonate. That's why money as your objective should never, ever be your objective. When you set goals, yes, you have a financial target, but then what you should also have is a number of other targets as to what you need to do in order to create value for your audience so you can then start heading towards that financial target. Whatever field you're in, think about as you become more experienced, you provide more value in that field. We've got pilots on here. We've got people from the medical fraternity. We've got retired educators. And what I want you to understand is, whatever field you're in, think about it. As time has evolved, you've just provided more value. Give me a thumbs up if that's absolutely correct. In the field you're in, as time's evolved, you provided more value. In fact, Doug, please take yourself off mute.
Hello.
Mr. Lord, how long have you been a pilot, sir?
It's been about 36 years.
And you're at the point now where, as well as flying consistently around the world, what else do you do, Doug? In terms of what do you do for other pilots?
Well, I instruct new pilots when they come on the airplane. So I'm like a mentor to the new pilots when they first get assigned to the plane that I'm on.
Oh, so effectively, you've got to the point where you provide so much value, you share that with others.
Correct.
Thank you, sir. My point exactly. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you, Doug. This is what I'm talking about. Whatever field you're in, and now in your entrepreneurial endeavors, guys, it's not about money. Now, that seems somewhat counterintuitive, especially if you're thinking, well, I want to create financial freedom. I want to put myself in a position where I build my legacy. I leave behind for those that are coming behind me, my children, my grandchildren, my broader community. I want to create some wealth so I can share with everyone. Yeah, absolutely. That is your bigger picture. That is your ultimate goal. Yes, you have a financial target. However, that is not your go-to. That's not what you focus on. You focus on, how do I provide as much value as possible? How do I step into that space where my audience see me as so valuable? Not only do they wait for me and take on board my recommendations if I'm an affiliate marketer, or my agency clients appreciate that what I'm going to do is bring value to the table because I'm going to help their online presence. I'm going to help them provide leads. Whatever field it is, you need to make sure that your audience have you in such an accolade that they understand that I need to speak to Laurie because Laurie's going to give me some solutions. Laurie's going to provide some answers. Laurie's going to give me some value. I need to speak to Habib because Habib is such an educator that whatever he's got to deliver, I know I'm going to get huge value from. I need to take David's recommendation because David always seems to recommend products or services for me that bring value into my life. And when your audience see you in that esteem, money will start to flow in abundance. Because here's the thing. When you're desperate for anything, it always eludes you. Step into a space of gratitude. Step into a space of gratitude for what hasn't already arrived, but it's on its way. Why do I say that? Because let's think about the psychology behind this. When you're grateful for something, you're usually grateful because you've received something. Whatever it is you received, you're usually grateful because you have received something. So when you express gratitude before something's arrived, give a thumbs up if you believe you are now in a position of starting to attract what it is you're grateful for. Give a thumbs up if that makes sense. That's why and how we have to operate in this manner. We must always think about, okay, what is it I want? Let me focus on gratitude. Let me understand how I start the process of manifestation and I accelerate that process so I can bring towards me what I want as I'm running towards it. But money should never be the forefront of your mind. As I said, many of you are now either in coaching or waiting for coaching, and you've made an investment in yourself. And at times you're thinking, okay, so I've made this investment in myself. Now I need to recoup my investment. You're going to recoup your investment first and foremost by being a diligent student. The more you focus on your learning, the more you take aboard the instructions from those around you that you've created proximity with, is the more you accelerate your journey. And when we think about this, again, I'm going to use the same word. Where are you accelerating your journey towards? You're accelerating your journey towards being a valuable entrepreneur. I've had students ask me on multiple occasions throughout periods of time where I've been coaching and mentoring students, yeah, but Kev, when am I going to make money? All right, you might not be able to tell me specifically how much I'm going to make, but can you at least give me a timeline as to when the money's going to start coming? And I'm quite blunt. I say, yeah, I can tell you exactly when the money's going to start coming. The money's going to start coming when you provide enough value that your audience want to pay you. Yeah, but Kev, that's not very specific. It's extremely specific. How valuable are you? What do you provide to your audience for them to want to exchange their financial resources with you? What do you provide? Well, nothing just yet. Well, why can you expect money if you don't provide anything just yet? That's how it works. When you go into a store and you want to purchase a product, the product has a level of value for you. I went to a physio this morning and oh man, let me just give you a bit of an understanding as to why someone will always retain my money. I went and saw my physio this morning. I have a 1 hour appointment. So yeah, on a digress note, I don't know why I should pay to be abused, but that's a whole nother scenario. But anyway, I went and saw my physio this morning and he put me through my paces. I had my knees strapped up. He had me walking on the treadmill. He then taped my feet with some specific tape that helps with the muscles. And after we'd done my hour session, do you know what he said to me? Kev, how are you for time? I said, I'm good for time. Yeah, why is that? He said, because we've had a hard session today, what I really want to do before I let you go is I want to take you back into the therapy room and I want to massage you. I said, yeah, but we've already had an hour. He said, that's why I asked you, how are you for time? Because I'm good for time. Good for time. Are you good for time? And I said, yeah, but Christos, he said, Kev, don't worry about the time. I'm good for time. Are you? I said, yeah, I appreciate that. He said, this is what I need to bring to you because I think that after what we've been through today, you're going to be tight. You're going to be in a position where your legs are uncomfortable. I said, okay, Christos, I appreciate that. And as he was massaging me, I said to him, Christos, how's business going? And he said, Kev, I'm getting to the point where I'm having to turn away clients because I can't manage the volume of clients I've got. Why do you think that is, guys? Because of the incredible level of value he provides. He doesn't chase money. He didn't ask me for additional funds for the additional 30 minutes he gave me. So he gave me an hour and a half today. And in the past, because it's not the first time he's done it, in the past when I've said to him, when he gives me additional time, Christos, let me pay you some extra. He said, no, don't worry about that. I just want to make sure that you're feeling good. I just want to make sure that you're in a good position. I want to make sure that your body's feeling good. He doesn't focus on the time per se. And now he's telling me he's at a point where he's turning away clients because he can't manage the volume. This is how you grow a successful business, my friends. And he, in actual fact, was the inspiration for why I wanted to talk to you today about why you mustn't chase money. I didn't ask him for extra time. He asked me how I'm doing for time. When I asked him, Christos, let me give you a little bit extra, he said, no, don't be silly. Don't be silly. It's not about the money. It's about making sure you're feeling good. I translate the story because I want you to understand specifically. Don't chase money, guys. Understand it's all about value. It's all about the value you provide for your audience. I think I've drilled this point home enough. Give me a thumbs up if I've really drilled this point home and you understand it's about value. So, here's another question I have for you. And I want you to start thinking about this. How are you preparing as you wait for greatness? how are you preparing as you wait for greatness? And the reason why I ask that question is that we are all exceptional beings. And greatness is our destiny. Greatness is the trajectory that we have been put on. Whether you believe in God, whether you believe in the universe, you must understand that we are all here for a purpose. Give me a thumbs up if you agree with that. We're all here for a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And help me understand if you believe that you deserve greatness. Give me a thumbs up if you believe you deserve greatness. Okay, that's the first step, my friends, because the two biggest limiting beliefs in this world are I'm not good enough and I'm not worthy.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have remnants of those floating around in your mind, you will step in your own way, you will sabotage yourself. That's why I asked the question, how are you preparing while you wait for greatness? And if you're sitting down waiting for greatness to fall in your lap, good luck. Good luck. And I wouldn't suggest you hold your breath on that one because there's only a certain period of time that we can hold our breath for, right?
Yeah.
This is what I would absolutely suggest when I suggest a recommendation for how you prepare while you wait for greatness. Prepare by focusing on this, your mind.
Yeah.
Because as you start to work on your mindset, as you understand it's a continual journey, working on mindset, you really start to then truly prepare yourself. Now, preparation for greatness, and I don't know whether you would see this as a fortunate or an unfortunate. It's not a one-time hit. It's not a one-off. It's not something you do once in terms of that journey of preparation. As you learn, grow, and develop, you must always understand that it's a continual process. Because in this world, believe it or not, we do one of two things. Now, there are some people that believe the world is flat. They call them flat earthers. I don't know. I don't really subscribe to that, but hey, everyone to their own. I believe the world is spherical. I believe we are on an axis and the world is constantly moving. And let's think about this as a point of view. If the world is constantly moving, tell me if you agree that that means, in theory, you cannot stand still. Give me a thumbs up if you agree with that. So if you can't stand still, you do one of two things. You either progress or you regress. Progression comes through development. You've got me on a roll now, guys. You've got me on a roll now. Progression comes through development. And the only way you develop is by feeding what? Feeding your mind. Oh, absolutely. This is why I have a session called 15 Minutes of Food. Nourishment for your mind. Because as you nourish and as you feed your mind, you grow and you develop. And as you grow and you develop, you continually prepare yourself for your greatness. So that when your greatness does arrive, you've got yourself to a point where I am in exceptional shape. I am ready to step into my greatness. I want to give you another analogy. You guys know I'm a huge boxing fan. Yeah, I can't get myself away from YouTube or the TV where there's a big boxing fight on. I'm going to give you an example of, he named himself TBE. TBE standing for the best ever. Floyd Mayweather. Whether you love him or you hate him, he exited his professional career 50-0. Now that says something when you can complete your professional boxing career having had 50 professional bouts and lost 0. That's because he was always preparing himself for greatness. Now, many people saw him as arrogant. I didn't see Floyd as arrogant. I saw Floyd as exceptionally confident. Did he ever have any doubt? when he went into a bout? Or put it this way, if he did, he certainly covered it up well because I didn't see it. And you know who else didn't see it? His opponents didn't see any doubt. Hence why he always stepped out victorious. And the thing is this, when you go into a boxing bout, you can't predict what's going to happen. Or can you? Let's think about this. Visualization. Who's a fan of visualization? Who visualizes frequently? Beautiful stuff. Laurie, are you in a position where you can take yourself off mute? Incredible. Thank you.
All right.
Laurie, let me ask you a question. First and foremost, good morning to you. How are you?
Good. Great.
Long time no see. It's wonderful to see you. So let me ask you a simple question. Laurie, have you been in situations before where you visualize something specifically over and over again and the outcome has unfolded almost exactly as you visualized it? Has that ever happened to you?
Sure.
Why, in your opinion, do you think that's happened?
Because you're planning your path.
Thank you. I don't know whether I've got this uncanny knack of choosing people that are in line with my thought process. So when I ask them a question, they give me the right answer. But Laurie, thank you very much. I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Guys, the reason why I asked this question, we visualize in order to prepare the outcome that we are expecting. Correct or incorrect? Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the reason why we visualize is because we want to step into that predetermined vision. Now, your unconscious mind, it cannot predict the difference between imagination or reality. So if you can visualize something in enough detail, your unconscious mind believes it to be a reality. And it therefore starts to impact your surroundings, impact everything that you come into contact with to elicit the outcome that you consistently visualize. Now I go back to Floyd Mayweather. When he was training in the gym, he'd have his entourage and he'd be chanting, TBE, the best ever. No one can beat me. He would talk about how he would want his fights to unfold. And they might not have been exactly, but in many situations, they would actually unfold as he predicted. And that's because he focused so clearly on his vision, but more importantly, he believed emphatically the outcome. Why am I saying this? Habib, listen, have an incredible day, my friend. See you next week. The reason why I'm telling you this is quite simple. When you truly understand that I want to elicit an outcome and you focus on that possible opportunity unfolding, what you'll find is quite simple. You increase the probability of that outcome unfolding. Why? Because everything in this world is energy. It's all vibrational frequencies. So when you are a vibrational match for what you want to unfold, that starts being magnetically drawn to you as you are drawn to it, because you are a vibrational match. So what I want you all to understand, going back to how are you preparing for greatness, prepare for greatness by having clarity about what you want. Now, here's the thing I'm going to say to you, and I'm going to lean forward when I make a statement. Just because you prepared for it mentally, does that now mean it's going to be easy? Absolutely not. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it. If success was straightforward, everyone would be successful. Everyone would be successful. If producing a magical life was something that everyone could do, you know what would happen then? Then everyone would be living a magical life. But what you'll find, there are only certain people that live a magical life, the ones that are prepared for their greatness by consistently developing themselves. And I use boxing as an example, and I'm going to go back I'm not losing my train of thought here, guys. I'm going to go back to why I use boxing as an example. And I'm going to go back to specifically why I use Floyd Mayweather as an example. Even when he wasn't preparing for a bout, he would still run every single day. He was still in the gym at least 5 times a week, training to keep his body in shape because he was consistently in preparation for his greatness. So even when he was out of season, he would still walk around that boxing weight. When a fighter is preparing for a bout, the day before, they go to a weigh-in. And the reason why they're weighing is because you have to be within a certain bracket, depending on what weight category you are. Some fighters, and I can't understand how it's possible myself, but maybe they don't take it as seriously as they should. Some fighters actually miss weight. Fights have been cancelled because fighters haven't made weight. But then you've got people like Floyd Mayweather, who was always roughly at his fighting weight. Why? Because he was always preparing. You're now starting to understand that there was no there was no coincidence that he exited his professional career at 50-0. Do you know one of his mantras when he was in the gym training and he'd be on the heavy bag? He'd be saying, Doug, have an incredible day. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. I'm sure you're probably preparing for a flight, right? Take care, my friend. See you soon. When Floyd was on the heavy bag, do you know what he'd be saying? Hard work. And his team would be saying, dedication. Hard work, dedication. Hard work, dedication. He was always preparing for greatness by putting in the hard work. And with that, he was rewarded with a level of financial abundance beyond which he could spend, by a successful career that has left a legacy, by being able to self-proclaim, but no one's been able to prove anything different, TBE, the best ever. Guys, my point is this. The way you prepare for your greatness is by consistently feeding your mind. Whether that be through reading, whether it be through following great people, whether it be through attending seminars, live events, like I know many of you are going to. But my point, consistently, the way you prepare for greatness is by allowing yourself to understand that you deserve it, you believe it, and you consistently feed yourself. Guys, it's an absolute pleasure. Honestly, it's a pleasure and an honor. And I say this humbly. It's a pleasure and an honor to be able to spend time with you, time that you've chosen to give me on a Saturday morning, stroke afternoon, depending on what time zone you're in. I freely give these times because, you know, you guys set my day up. My evening can only be incredible because I've been allowed to pour out and provide value, which feeds my soul. So now the rest of my day can only but be incredible. It has to remain at this energetic level. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Guys, thank you. Guys, what I want you truly, truly, truly to understand is that all can and will be achieved one step at a time. I am committed to delivering as much value as possible in each and every single interaction we have. The question I leave you with until our next counter is how committed are you to yourself? And on that note, before I close, remember 2 things. Remember that you don't chase money. And remember that there has to be a specific way that you prepare for greatness. Think about what that specific way is for you, and then determine how committed you are to that journey. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, have the most incredible, incredible day. Have a wonderful weekend.
You
I will
too.
see you all very, very soon.
You
Mr.
too.
Reed,
Thank you.
I'll see you on the other link in just a moment, okay? All right, guys, have a great day. Take care.
You too.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Too.
My pleasure,
Bye.
honestly, my pleasure. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.